They have handed over a $1.7 million judgment to a police officer in a wrongful termination lawsuit. Back in November of 2011, a Spokane jury found then police chief Ann Kirkpatrick had illegally fired the officer and then retaliated against him even after the veteran cop was cleared of any wrongdoing. KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey broke this story on his Twitter account. He joins at the public safety building where Detective Jay Mehring has waited more than 4 years to be compensated. Jeff?
Yeah, he won this case 4 years ago, Derek, but in the meantime, the city has spent almost a small fortune trying to overturn his jury's decision, but now Spokane has withdrawn its appeal and on Tuesday drew up the final six-figure check to satisfy the judgment. Back in March of 2007, Jay Mehring was going through a messy divorce. A pair of police officers heard Mehring threaten to destroy his wife and burn down their home, and so they told their superiors.
Officer Jay Mehring was arrested this afternoon while on duty at the Spokane Police Department.
Mehring was put on unpaid leave for 18 months while he waited for his felony harassment trial to get underway. However, the prosecution's case fell apart when Mrs. Mehring told the jury she didn't take those threats literally and did not support the decision to charge him.
We, the jury, find the defendant, J.P. Mehring, not guilty.
Officers cheered Mehring's not guilty verdict and demanded the chief return his badge.
I want to see him immediately reinstated per civil service rules and paid all of his back pay, wages, everything he's got coming to him that he missed over the last 18 months.
Chief Ann Kirkpatrick did rehire Mehring, but according to the officer's attorneys, the chief continued to make Mehring's life miserable, and the jury agreed.
She refused to give him back the position he had prior to her actions before. She refused to recognize that he was not guilty of the charges brought against him, and she refused to recognize that he was a stellar employee who was deserving of his position.
The jury awarded Mehring more than $700,000, including $250,000 in punitive damages that specifically named the former chief.
We're tagging you with $250,000 in damages personally. These were 12 citizens who said, your conduct is not tolerable.
And Derek, while that jury intended that Chief Kirkpatrick pay those punitive damages out of her own pocket, the city council had previously indemnified her against any damages. Since that time, we have elected a new mayor who has hired a new police chief, and we are told there's a lot more communication going on between the police department and City Hall when officers face disciplinary actions. Reporting live at the Public Safety Building, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.